What game shall I play for the weekly deathmatch today? I don't even fucking know. I just want Halo to be available, but it's not available until I go to work. That doesn't rhyme. Hey, that's gonna be the intro to the video, I guess. Hello and welcome to another esteemed episode of the weekly deathmatch. I forgot to cut this bit out. Alright, well, this is a bit of a special one anyway. You already saw the intro provided by yours truly. That was basically, I wasn't doing that because I was like, I'm gonna do a dumb intro. I just fucking sometimes sing to myself in a stupid way when I'm alone. I thought, well, I might as well capture that and stick it in the video because, haha, how quirky. Anyway, Halo's not out yet. It's the 3rd of December, and it releases on the 3rd of December. But it's not out yet. It releases at 6 PM, and I have to leave for work at 6 PM, so I don't get to play it today, which is fucking lame, but I mean, I should be used to it at this point. Steam releases always happen at 6 PM as do Blizzard ones, because like that's midday in American time. But like, why don't you give it to the Americans at like midnight? Give them like a midnight launch, and then it will be available from like 6 AM for me. How about that? That would be great. I would like that a lot. Please and thank you. But also, I've waited like 15 years for a chance to play Halo, and I was in the beta as well, so I think I can probably wait one more day. But yes, hello, it's me today, waiting for Halo, but not playing Halo. Instead, we're playing Unreal Tournament 99. This is what I played instead of Halo as a kid. As a kid? No, this is an 18 rated game. Not as a kid, but yeah, as a kid. I think it's an 18 rated game. I assume it would be. Obviously, it doesn't really hold up to today's 18 rated games in terms of graphics and gore and stuff. It just kind of looks a bit, well, not even cartoony, it just looks a bit polygonal? I always say polygonal, but I think it's polygonal. Yeah, fucking Loque is OP as shit, right? These are skilled bots. Skilled. And he is fucking sniping me every goddamn second. And Loque has always been OP, but he's never been this OP, and I don't know why he's this OP. I'm wondering if I edited his character files by mistake at some point to make him more OP to troll with my future self, but I feel like that's a memory I would have kept. I would still have that memory, and I did not do that. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I didn't do that. I don't know why he was so OP. But yes, hello, it is me. So I finally hit tier 100 in this season of Destiny 2, meaning I've got all the tasty cosmetics. You can still level it up and get some extra stuff, I think, but you don't get to see what it is until you've leveled up one more tier, I think, to like level 101. And I am so fucking burnt out on Destiny right now that I couldn't bring myself to do it, so I just claimed all of my Vex universal ornaments across all of my characters, and now they all look fucking swish as shit. And I will come back to that. I don't know if I'll come back to it next season. They have yet to announce what's going to be in the next season. I could very well watch the trailer for it and be like, ooh! But my review of this season specifically, I liked the way the kind of battle passy stuff worked out for the most part. Like, you being able to progress it in whatever you want to do via, like, just fucking bounties in PvE or PvP or Gambit or whatever. That's very, you don't really see that in a lot of battle pass systems. Usually it's you have to do very specific challenges, and that kind of stuff usually stresses me out, so I'm very glad that that is not the case in this one. However, when it comes to the Vex Offensive event, it was fun to do a couple of times, but then after that it was just a grind. For if you just wanted to get some bounties done and all that, there wasn't really much of a point to do it, in my opinion. I don't know, I didn't read up too much on it. Maybe there was some kind of like rare weapon you could get if you did it enough times. I don't think there was though. And then at the end of it, all this stuff they were building up to, it was just a very, very slightly different boss. It was, before we had a giant Minotaur, then it turned off. The Undying Mind thing they were building up to was just a fucking Hydra, with the same kind of mechanics to it, but other than that, the only difference was that it had 3 spinning shields that you had to kind of shoot around. So that wasn't particularly impressive. So if more seasonal events are like that, I probably won't be too fussed to make sure I'm playing every single season kind of thing. I don't even know if I'm going to buy the next season pass, just because Halo, and Halo has its own progression thing, and I'll probably just be all wrapped up in Halo. I might just give the next season a skip if it's not insanely impressive in any way. But who knows, we'll see. Because it's a big time commitment, because if you think about it, Season 8 which is I believe the current season, is the one that we've been in since Shadowkeep came out. And if I go over to Destiny 2, because Destiny 2 has been on Steam for exactly as long as Shadowkeep has been out, so I can tell you it took me 97 hours to get to tier 100. And granted, I wasn't doing it probably in the most optimal way or anything like that, but that was kind of my main driving thing. I'm not a raider or anything like that. I don't go for the high-end PvE content, I don't go for competitive PvP. I was mostly in it for the cosmetics and stuff, and it took me 97 hours, so you can see why I got a bit burnt out on Destiny 2 there. And that is an inherent flaw in any battle pass system, but maybe it's for people with better attention spans than me. I've also been playing a bit more of Pokemon Sword and Shield. I've been exploring the wild area a bit, and I'll say it now, yeah, that's a really fucking cool area. But I'm still glad I left it for endgame, like I said in my original kind of ramble. I don't really see why it was in the middle of the game. I mean, I guess it's because maybe statistically not enough players actually play in-game stuff. But yeah, I traded with my friend to get a Galarian Ponyta. So I've got my fucking heckin' unicorn, and I've also got a Sobble from her as well, and I've gotten into breeding a bit, so I've been breeding some Grookey's for people, which is quite nice. Oh, we touch traded our legendary Pokemon as well, and I mean, you can measure a Pokemon game, how good it is or how much I enjoy it based on how far I get into endgame stuff, like working out breeding and going to the endgame area. I mean, I haven't really done much at the battle tower, but I mean, I kind of consider the wild area the endgame area because it's a thing I kind of came back to do. And what I really like about the wild area is that, like, there have been a few times where I've just run past a Pokemon and been like, oh fuck, that one! Like, and it doesn't feel like I'm seeing the same one prop up all over the place, like, all the time kind of thing. It's like, oh, this wasn't here yesterday. I think it's successful in what it set out to achieve. It's pretty good. Also, on my Switch, I've had £15 store credit just kind of sitting there going mouldy for a while, as well as some gold points, which will inevitably expire. So I've decided to, because I've been waiting for like Diablo 3 to go on sale, and it just never does. And I don't really need Diablo 3 on Switch when I've got it on PC. Oh, actually, I have been playing Diablo 3 lately. The new season's cool, but I'll leave it at that. But yeah, I've decided to look for some like really cheap games in the sale, like some kind of middleware kind of games. I know it feels weird, it sounds weird to be kind of like searching for that stuff, but the one thing my Switch is missing is just some good little games. Do you know what I mean though? Like, you don't, like, it's great having it filled up with like Pokemon and fucking Mario and fucking Zelda and all of this fucking stuff. I don't know why I'm being so aggressive about it. But also, it's like, sometimes I just want to play something like quickly, like not something I've got a big time investment in. And so I got tabletop racing, which is okay, which is exactly what I was going for, and I got Cave Blazers, which is a oh well, first I should say tabletop racing is kind of, I mean, it kind of speaks for itself, doesn't it? It's a tabletop style arcade racing game. It's not like Micro Machines, but it kind of looks like Micro Machines. It doesn't work the same way. It's more just like a typical arcade racer, like not a kart racer because that's different, but like, you know, like the old games like the fucking RC races, like RC Revenge, Revolt, all that kind of stuff. It's like one of those. But anyway, yeah, I also got Cave Blazers, which is a roguelike, which is very difficult because everything is tiny and everything moves around very quickly. But that's a pretty decent game. But I'm not going to sink thousands of hours into it. Also, I revisited some of I can't speak. Some of the older games I got when I first got my Switch, which is also kind of middleware, like Infinite Golf. Is that what middleware is? Am I using that term correctly? I'm reappropriating it if not. Infinite Mini Golf, which I couldn't play before because the control sucked, but now they've added an easy putting option because now you can just hold down A to putt, which is so much better, whereas before you had to drag the right analog stick back, and it's nowhere near sensitive enough for that. It was bad. But also, it's an okay game, I guess. Anyway, next week, Halo, probably. I've gotten into breeding